Hey, everybody, you found us. This is the All Meat, Hold the Anchovies podcast.
David, I am upset about something. Like, I want to get on a soapbox about it.
I kind of am too, but I don't think I'm upset, but I'd love to hear yours. So Dwaine, that's why I'm here. Your friend is listening. Please continue.
Okay. So, Nature Valley granola bars came out.
Wait a minute.
What? Why is this funny?
That's not what I was expecting. Okay. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, I'm calm. Go ahead.
Nature Valley granola bar.
Nature Valley granola soapbox.
Came out in 1975. I was 6 years old.
Okay.
I remember when I was about 7 years old, my mom would take me to this lady's house. Heck, I don't know. I may have been 6 years old when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would take me to this lady's house, and she would always give me a package of oats and honey granola bars. And they are still my favorite granola bars. I love them. They are about as healthy as a Snickers candy bar, but
Yes.
still, I feel better eating those than the Snickers candy bar because they're whole grain. Anyway, I'm not used to seeing you vertical. What's going on?
The PC is in use tonight since we are recording on an alternate night. I forgot to make a reservation in the office. So it's in use. Yours looks slightly different as well.
So what are you doing? Are you using your iPad or something?
I'm using the iPad, using my headphones, so my microphone, my voice should sound slightly different. And I'm with the Easter stuff. We have to pack it up. It's still right here.
Well, I raised my computer up so you have a better, more even shot of me. But anyway, so I remember these granola bars, and this isn't just because I was small, so things seemed bigger. But the granola bar now is like almost 6 inches long, right? No, it's not. There's no way it's that long. It's small. It's like 4 inches long or something.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, those granola bars were a good 6 inches. They've knocked off 2 inches over the period of 25, 35, 40 years, 42 years. They cost more. There are less of them. It's like every single company instead of raising a price, will just take a half an ounce off of it, but keep the same size packaging. If you take a granola bar, oats and honey, and you take the package, which is like 7 inches long or something, you can squeeze like a whole 2 inches on the end, and there's granola bars inside. David, this is not right.
So I got a question for you. When you were younger, 6 or 7, did you ever measure a granola bar?
Of course not. But I have a vivid memory of them being like that long.
In 40-some years, you've grown more than 2 inches. So I'm just wondering, your hand's bigger.
No, David.
Your head's bigger. Come on.
Okay, although I will say, I have scoured the internet and cannot find the dimensions of the original granola bar. I cannot find it.
You need a second job.
This is my second job, podcasting.
And research for it.
Well, I wanted to be able to say with facts, this is how long a granola bar used to be, and this is how long they are now. So, what is the size of a granola bar? This says that it's 2 1/4 by 5 7/8, but they're not 5 7/8 inches anymore.
You should measure one next week on the podcast. Live on the podcast, we should measure a granola bar.
I mean, how can they even say this? It doesn't make any sense. Nature Valley granola bar in a sealed wrapper. 2 1/4 by 5. I guarantee you it's not 2 1/4 by 5 7/8. When was this website put together?
These aren't those flat, hard ones that you're talking about, are they?
Yes.
You're talking about they come in two to a package?
Yes.
Oh, it's like
if I had one with me, I would measure that thing. There is no way it's 5 7/8 inches long. Well, even if it is, it used to be 7 inches then. I don't know. Anyway, the size of granola bars, Snickers, everything has changed. The only thing that hasn't changed, because you can't really, like Coca-Cola and sodas, they're advertised by ounces, right? So I'm going to get a 10-ounce Coke. I'm going to get a 12-ounce Coke. I'm going to get a 16-ounce or a 20 or a 24. So they can't take like a 20-ounce Coke and make it 19 and a half ounces.
Right.
Although they did that with ice cream. Remember, ice cream was always half gallons?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're not. The only ice cream company that makes half gallons is... Come on, Dave.
Bluebell.
Yes, Bluebell's the only one that makes a half gallon.
So you know why they shrunk ice cream?
They didn't. Oh, why?
Because it's not healthy for you to eat a whole half gallon of ice cream.
That's not why they shrunk it. They shrunk it so they could make more money, which is fine.
You're absolutely right about that, though, because it's more expensive to buy the smaller ones. You're right about that.
I don't begrudge anybody for making money on their business at all. No, I'm saying that like they didn't advertise we're taking a half gallon and making it 4.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, 4.5. What the heck? I was thinking 5 is half of 10, so that's a half gallon, so 4.5. I was going back to kindergarten math. But anyway, so those are smaller. What else has gotten smaller with age?
Is that the title of this podcast? Oh, okay. I'd say everything around me is getting smaller.
Okay, so I was in a public location. I don't know what made me think of this, but I was in a public location. I do want to get back to food that's gotten smaller. I was in a public location. I think I said that, and I needed to use the restroom. So I go to the restroom, and there's tons of people at this location because there's a big event going on. So I open the door, and it's crowded, and a guy's walking out, and he says, "Come on in. The water's fine." I was like, "You don't know me from Adam."
Oh my! It was a group restroom, right? It wasn't a single restroom where he was letting you in.
No, it was a group. There was like, I don't know, 2 stalls and 2 urinals, and he just opened the door and walked out and said, "Come on in. The water's fine."
So there's the thing about public restrooms. I mean, the state of the restroom is going to determine how long you will visit the restroom or what needs to be done in the restroom. However, I got to tell you, and it's not something I've ever looked for, but yesterday I found the nicest public restroom I've ever seen in my life. You wouldn't know. You would have thought you were in somebody's home because of the tile work, because of how clean it was, mostly because of how clean it was. No, it was at Prime Barbecue in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is now my favorite barbecue I've ever had.
I thought you were going to say, and now is my favorite bathroom I have ever been in.
I told the owner.
Is it clean enough to take the barbecue into the bathroom and eat it?
Sure. The barbecue is worth taking in the bathroom to eat it.
Wait, but you told the manager?
No, I told the chef. He's been on Food Network. He is a barbecue pitmaster.
Oh, you didn't tell me. I thought you were saying you told the manager about the bathroom, and then you said, "No, I told the chef." And I was like, why did you tell the chef the bathroom is clean, but you're saying you told the chef about the barbecue? Okay.
No,
I'm on it now.
I told the chef, who is also the owner, who has been on Chopped Barbecue Pitmasters on Food Network, that when we went to take a picture with him, I said, "Hey, by the way, The food is amazing, but that bathroom is one of the nicest public bathrooms I've ever seen. And he goes, well, I'm not lying to you when I say our bathroom is super important, and I want people comfortable in the bathroom. And he was dead serious.
It's true.
I thought he was going to laugh, but he was so serious. He said, I want to take care of this restaurant just like I want to cook. And he's a pit master. And he's like, that's why that bathroom looks the way it does. And I'm like, dude, well, you accomplished that goal. That bathroom is it's nicer than my bathroom. It was just one of those bathrooms. The only thing it didn't have was somebody in there to hand you a towel. Otherwise, it was an amazing bathroom.
I've never been to a bathroom where they had a concierge or whatever they're called to hand me a towel.
Usually it's in like a club, right?
I don't know.
Or a super expensive restaurant.
I think there was one at a Hard Rock Cafe, but I didn't go to the bathroom that time. But a lady said she went into the restroom and there was someone there handing paper towels and stuff. Mm. Aren't you supposed to tip them or something?
Yeah.
If they give you – really?
Gosh, there was a movie that did that, and it's like, what did he – they're talking to each other. They're like, he didn't do anything. He just sat there. He didn't – do we tip him? What are we paying him for? He's just sitting in the corner watching us. So they're like, here, thanks for watching us. There you go.
Oh. And why is it that – okay, forget the candy bars and everything. Why is it that – people are less clean, less careful, less everything in a public bathroom? I mean, are there bathrooms at their house this disgusting? Do they, all over the floor at their house? I don't understand this. Obviously, it's not happening in women's bathrooms, but in guys' bathrooms, it's like, you don't flush at the house? I mean, you're not doing it here. Why don't you do it at the house?
This is the other side of my conversation. You hit it right on the spot, because you go to another bathroom. It's like, were you aiming anti to the water? Were you aiming for everything but the circle? The circle is that put some Cheerios in there and aim for the circle, because oh my gosh, you're right. And then they leave. I was at the game tonight. I was at the soccer game tonight. I stopped in at halftime just to wash my hands, check my hair, do what you got to do. Unflushed stall in the bathroom. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What?
Wait, like a major unflush or just a normal unflush?
A number 2, but not a full size, like a small. Still. Exactly.
What, you measured it? You got
no, I couldn't help but see it.
See, I don't understand.
But it's courtesy. Okay, so here's another thing, and it's going to sound like I'm going into politics, but I'm not going into politics.
All right, you're not going into politics.
However, it's befuddled me how people can be so irate at other people because they have a different opinion. And I think we see it a lot in politics, obviously. And this is either side, and it's also any age. People just get irate when you don't agree with them.
Oh, I know.
And it hit me this weekend when I was driving. It was a 3-hour trip. And we've talked about driving before, but it's like when people don't drive the way I think they should drive, it makes me a little irate. But I don't go all Hulk on them and run them off the road or brake check them. But when people don't show the courtesy that I think they should show when driving, it makes me mad. And it makes me frustrated. And it's like, really? You couldn't use a blinker when you almost sideswiped my headlight? Or you're going to pull out onto the interstate and not go at least 35 miles an hour while I'm coming up on your backside? You know, and these people that brake check, they are idiots. I'm sorry. But so I kind of got, you know what? This is because I see those people as risking my family, risking my health, my safety. And I guess I kind of see where politically those folks can see the other side as risking their livelihood, risking their health. So I can see where people might get upset, but I still don't see the hate. And it goes back to the bathroom. There's got to be hate in your soul that you would hit everything but the water when you go to the bathroom.
Like there's a puddle.
Why would you do that?
It's like you're stepping in a puddle.
Oh my
disgusting.
Gosh.
Anyway,
I don't know. That just got all circled into one thought. Sorry.
The only thing that people do better at in a public bathroom is washing their hands, because there is the peer pressure. If there's someone else in the bathroom, you don't want them to think that you don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, so you go wash your hands. Now, I wash my hands anyway, but there is that there is that, I better make sure I wash my hands because they may see me,
All right. So we're gonna have to title this one "Potty Talk" since we're talking about the bathroom so much. So if you're in a nice stall and the door's closed, secured, and you don't know what's going on outside, but you hear things, and you hear the stall next to you open, flush, close, and the next thing you hear is the door open and close.
Wait, what?
The stall beside you flushed, walked out, and then exited the bathroom.
Right.
What is your thought?
They didn't wash their hands. Oh,
right,
okay.
right. See, you got it as you were sitting in there. You said, "Wait a minute."
Well, I was like, is this some spooky thing? Is this
No. It's like
a ghost came in and went to the bathroom? I totally misunderstood you.
It's kind of like, I don't want to see who that was, especially if it's at work. And then it's like, well, now I don't really want to touch the door. Yeah. I'm like, really? You can't even run the water out of courtesy to make me think you wash your hands?
Yeah. And why do they put up signs, employees must wash their hands? I don't need to know that.
That's a great question.
Employees obviously know it.
That's a great question.
It's like every time an employee goes to the bathroom, they have to be reminded they're supposed to wash their hands. No, they know that. So what's the purpose of the sign?
I'm going to tell you. You ready?
What?
It's for the customer.
Well, obviously.
To let them know that all their employees, whether they want to or not, are forced to wash their hands before they touch your food.
But you can't enforce that.
Don't you feel better?
I guarantee you there are employees that what?
But don't you feel better knowing that every employee has to wash their hands when they go to the bathroom?
No, because they don't. I guarantee you they couldn't care less about that sign.
Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where Jerry's dating this girl and it's her poppy? I don't know if it's her father, her uncle, whatever it is. He's an older actor, and Jerry goes into the restroom and he's tucking himself, fixing his shirt, whatever. And Poppy goes in and says, "Hey, Jerry, I hope you're enjoying the meal. Your food's almost ready." He goes in the stall, comes out, zips up, checks his hair, and then walks out. And Jerry's washing his hands, and his eyes get real big, like, that guy's getting ready to serve me food. So Jerry goes back to the table with this date, and the guy, Poppy, brings the food and puts it down. And the girl's looking at Jerry like, "Aren't you going to try it?" And he's going, because he's a clean freak the whole show, and it's so funny. He's just like,
Oh, wow.
And I think this date's over with too.
Oh, wow. Man, I went to the bathroom once, and
just once?
No, I've been quite a few times, even today. I went to the bathroom once. And
Body talk with D&D.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're at an event, right? Again, so there's lots of people. And there was actually a line in the bathroom for the urinals, right? Mm-hmm. Gosh, I hate saying that word on a podcast. But anyway, if I say toilet, then you're thinking a traditional toilet. So I have to, So we're standing in line, and there's one person using the restroom, and there's a guy behind him, and then there's several others. The guy behind him takes his shirt and raises it all the way up to his chin in preparation for using the restroom. He ain't wearing nothing under that shirt. And we're all in the line going, do you really need that much room? I mean, why are you raising your shirt to your chin? I mean, are you afraid you're going to get it wet or whatever?
So if there's no splash on the shirt, then he's putting the splash on his stomach, which is going to be under his shirt in a moment.
Well, what happened was so many of the people in the bathroom started chuckling and laughing that he realized they were laughing at him and left.
Well, I hope so. Did he finish or did he?
He never made it. He was second in line.
He wasn't
even at the stall.
Oh my goodness.
David, do you not pay attention to me?
No.
I made it very clear that he was second in line.
Why would he lift his shirt second in line?
He was getting ready.
I don't want the person behind me getting ready while I'm still up there. Please don't get ready behind me. Because if I turn around and you're ready, that's not good.
If you're 100% ready, then I'm not happy. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let's talk about something that's not bathroom related.
Okay, so we're switching from toilet talk to
one of the best premieres I think I've seen for a season in such a long time. So
I don't know. I disagree.
So first of all, thank you for multiple times telling me, you know what? I'm just going to go back and watch the whole thing. Not just last season, just watch the whole thing. Watch the whole thing. So I went to Netflix to watch last season because I didn't think I'd have the time. And it was, like I told you, it was 4, which last season was 5 because it hadn't dropped on Netflix yet. So I went to watch 4, and I'm like, why is Kim in a cast? And what is this? And what was, I'm like, oh, that's right. She was on there. So you know what? Forget it. Just go back and watch the whole thing. I binged those first, as soon as I got to the end of 4 or 5 dropped. So I watched 1 through 5 in a matter of a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I just can't agree with you of how great a show this is. And let me tell you something. Every scene Charles McKeon, his brother, is in, Chuck, is his scene. He was so great in Laverne and Shirley. He is 10 times better in Better Call Saul.
Wait, Chuck,
his brother.
Why am I losing my mind? I don't remember who Chuck is. How do I not know who Chuck is?
Michael McKean, Lenny from Laverne and Shirley.
I never knew Lenny from Laverne and Shirley was in Better Call Saul. Now I gotta go look. What's his real name?
Michael McKean.
I
think.
Chuck.
Chuck, yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking like he hasn't been on the show in
years.
How many
seasons?
Seasons.
Well, that was the other thing. It was right after
that happened. I never even realized he was. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because when I started watching, it was right after what happened at his house. That's why I was like, you know what? I want to go back and watch scenes with him because the court scene with him is wonderful, that happens in the court. But anyway, so I really, 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 gosh, I so much. And Davis came to me and said, hey, you said when I was 18 we could watch Breaking Bad together. And I said, dude, you're 18 in less than a month. We start now. So we're already 4 episodes into that, and it's so good.
Yeah, I'm at season 2, episode 4, I think.
Is it 10 per season?
I don't remember.
Oh, because
it's different.
That's why Saul went back.
That's weird because I started watching it too.
Yeah, well, it's like you said. There's not much else good on right now.
Breaking Bad's a lot worse than Better Call Saul, though. I will tell you that.
I mean, violence oh gosh. Well, the first
everything
scene is him in his shirt and underwear with a gun. That's so
with
good.
Whitey tighties that go up to his belly button.
Yeah, but even Davis agrees it's such a well-made program.
Okay, let me tell you what I'm disappointed in.
Okay, we're going back to the premiere.
Season 6, episodes 1 and 2. I am disappointed of Better Call Saul
because it was 2 hours. I thought it was just episode 1.
No, there were 2 episodes.
Right, it was 2 hours. I didn't realize it was broken up into 2.
Yeah, one night, one the other night.
It's only been 1 out.
Dude, there's season 6, episode 1, and season 6, episode 2. Go to your AMC on your computer, and you can watch episode 2.
Oh. I haven't watched episode 2 yet.
Well, I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'll watch it.
Okay. No, I'm not disappointed that you didn't watch it. I'm disappointed. I watched it, and I was like, I want more of Saul. And I'm not really getting that. Kim, on the other hand, she's like bought into this 100%, man. She is into it now.
Boy,
I won't go any further, huh?
They just hate Howard. My goodness.
Oh, and their little plan is going to destroy him.
Oh my goodness. That's just, I'm like, where did this hatred come from? But you know what? Going back to season 1, you see it. You see all the little things that Howard did and the things that Chuck did that put Saul where he is.
But it was his brother mainly.
Yes.
Howard liked Saul. Howard wanted to hire him.
He did, but he also treated him like a scooter when he was in the mailroom, But you're right. You're right in that sense that it was always Chuck. But at the same time, what's so great about this show is sometimes you're pulling for the bad guy.
They're all bad guys.
Yeah, including Saul. Saul is scum. He is like one of the lowest people too, just because of some of the dirty tricks he does to people. That's just you're right. They're all bad guys. But see, I'm on the other side of that argument though. I love the alternate stories going on in this series. Like I told you,
I do too.
Mike Armentrout's one of my favorite TV characters. I love Jonathan
Mike?
Banks. Mike. I just love his character, and I can't wait for him to come into Breaking Bad. But
I'm glad the guy's still alive. He must be 80 years old.
I know, but but Nacho, I like Nacho's storyline because it's so tense.
Yes,
Poor guy,
like
poor guy. But yeah, and I am glad that was it Lala, whatever his name is,
Lola or Lolo,
that he did not fall prey to that attack because he is just a mean person. He's a good character.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Yeah. Oh, that happened.
How about the Kettlemans? All right. Are they in episode 1?
I would not go to their tax service. I'm just telling you that right now.
So I love how they wrote into, because Mr. Kettleman has gained probably 25, 30 pounds.
More than that. I thought it was a different actor.
I love how they wrote into it. Saul saying something to him about, you've been eating a lot or something like that, just to kind of, yes, we acknowledge he has gained some weight. So
I wonder when Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack.
I was wondering that the other day.
During the filming of this season, yeah. Because I remember they had to stop filming, so it must have been. And this is only this is the final season, right?
Yeah, and then there's going to be part 1, and then there'll be like 6 weeks off, and then part
2. Now, how many episodes in part 1?
I don't know, but there's a lot more than there normally are. I think it's like 8 and 8.
I hate when shows do that because Breaking Bad is doing that too. In fact, Breaking Bad is doing it into 3 parts.
Breaking Bad, they're not even on the air anymore.
I'm sorry,
what are you talking
Walking
about?
Dead. 2 new shows, Walking Dead. They broke their finale into 3 parts, 3 separate seasons. Crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, anyway, I mean, so I'm a little disappointed, but I guess I need to watch another couple episodes. I need to watch another couple episodes. Saul made a mistake. Did you see the episode? Did you see him make a mistake? Like, you didn't see that one where he's talking to the other lawyers about Salamanca? Okay, you didn't see that yet. I want
to say I did see that because it was the prosecutor, the lady.
Yes, and he said his name.
Yes, he said his real name versus the name he's trying to get off on. Yeah.
And I think they don't believe him that he was thinking of some other person.
And I tell you.
Anyway, we don't need to go into details in case people haven't seen it.
But last season's trip through the desert was amazing. That whole and it was so slow and could have been boring, but it wasn't because of the actors and because of the way it was filmed. It was amazing.
Yep. Hold on just a second. $7 million.
So are you watching? I'll ask you this while you're typing and reading. Are you watching Moon Knight?
What?
Moon Knight on Disney?
No.
Do you not watch all the Marvel stuff?
No.
It's good.
Hold on. Well, anyway. I was going to tell you how much. Okay. The combined weight of the bags with the money was supposed to be 150 pounds.
Oh, my
goodness. The actual weight on the first day of shooting was 35 to 40 pounds each, and it kept going down from there on out. Well, I want to know how much $7 million would weigh. That's what I want to know.
Depends on what size bills. $7 million and $100 bills.
$7 million in bundles of 100 would equal 700 stacks of $10,000 each. The standard weight of any dollar bill is approximately 1 gram. You get 70,000 grams. Okay, hold on. How many grams are in a pound? I'm asking Siri.
It's 453.59 grams.
Okay. What is 70,000 divided by 453.59?
The answer is approximately
154 pounds. So, can you imagine carrying 154 pounds on your back?
In each bag or together?
No, total. $7 million would weigh 154 pounds.
Wow.
Dude, that is heavy.
Yeah, it is.
That is heavy.
I got
Anyway,
some
yeah, that was
35-pound dumbbells, and those are heavy just on their own.
I don't know if I could drink my own urine. I'd have to be like almost dead to drink my own urine.
I don't know how you did it. Well, I had to drink. I had to drink.
Yeah.
So good.
Hey, so the show's almost over, but I really wanted to tell you about what I did to Connie's hair.
That she let you do?
Yeah, she actually asked me. Okay, so we're getting ready to go out. I think, yeah, we were going out on Easter evening. We were going out with another couple. And she had recently trimmed her own hair, okay, around the back.
Mm-hmm.
She trimmed her own hair. So she said, Dwaine, I got a couple strands that I can't get to that are kind of, like little loose strands, little single things. And she said, I need you to cut them. Right? So I get the scissors and I'm standing behind her. Her hair is wet. It's all there. And you can see the little, where it's a little uneven because she did it, like that. I'm about to do it and my hand does this. And I cut off about 3/4 of an inch in that one little section.
Oh my goodness.
So guess what? So I had to become a beautician. And you know what happens when you're trying to cut hair evenly and you keep messing up? You know what happens? It keeps getting shorter. It was terrible, David. She was so calm. I'm so proud of her. But it was I tried to laugh about it some so that it wouldn't get tense,
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. It didn't get tense. But it was I cut off probably an inch all the way. And then I had to, go all the way around. I had to go all the way around and try to make it even. And then she's like, well, on the side, it has to go up a little bit. You can't just make it so I have to try to go up.
Did you just put a bowl on her head? Just go all the way around?
No. But like after a while, I realized, oh, wait, I'm supposed to put the strands in my fingers and go like this and then cut. See, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, you cut under the fingers, not above.
Yeah, I didn't even use the fingers to begin with.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was terrible.
Has she actually seen a picture of the back of her hair?
I mean, no, it looked fine after I got done with it. It just was shorter, a lot shorter. By the way, I told you the other day, I don't know if it was last episode or the one before. Last episode ended up being pretty good. I wasn't sure it would. And then, of course, I trimmed off 20 minutes. We talked forever. Anyway, remember I told you that I was going to the Messiah, and the Messiah is like 3 hours long, and you said, are they going to do the whole thing? And I said, of course not. Nobody does the whole thing. They did the whole thing. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Intermission?
2 hours and 40 minutes. There was a 20-minute intermission.
Yeah.
2 hours and 40 minutes, David.
That's a lot of singing.
Oh, man. I mean, it was good, but you only know the first half. Turns out, I told you it was in 3 parts. The first half is like an hour, and then the last 2 parts add up to about an hour. Well, the first half is all the Christmas stuff, so you know all that stuff. And the second half, you don't know it, except for, you don't know it. So anyway.
Wow. Good father you are.
I know. I really am. Oh, by the way, I went to see Ambulance.
I want to see that.
Don't waste your time.
Okay. Well, then I have one for you.
Well, hold on. I got to tell you something about Ambulance.
Go ahead.
Or, as John Evie would say, ambulance. He's the first person I ever heard call an ambulance an ambulance. On what world is an ambulance called an ambulance.
The Hooked on Phonics world. That's what it is.
No. That implies that that's the correct way to say it.
Right.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there and the movie's over and I'm still sitting there because I always watch the credits of a movie just because I like to. I don't always watch it, but I'm on my phone while the credits are going and the music's going, and I'm on my phone maybe 2 minutes and all of a sudden the credits just stop and the lights came up. They didn't show all the credits.
Right.
They're required to show all the credits, and they didn't show all the credits.
Did you complain? Get your money back?
No. Okay, so what were you going to tell me?
You should have said, I don't want my money back because you didn't play the credits. I want my money back because I didn't like the movie. So
it was full of action. It was an action-packed movie, but it lacked depth because of it, right? And I don't know, there was just some corny stuff about it. I mean, it was a fun movie. I'll put it was a fun movie to watch. And Mark, my friend, loved it, right? And I didn't hate it. I just I wouldn't watch it if it came on Netflix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it again.
So Gracie, I think I told you, went to Coachella. She had to get a flight out of Raleigh, which is 3 hours away. So we went back. I took her last week, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then this week, on Tuesday afternoon, Terry and I drove to Raleigh, spent the day there, had a great char grill meal at a fast food place called Char Grills. It's known in that area. And then we had hours to kill. I said, well, let's go see a movie. And the movie's right on the way to the airport. And then, because we didn't pick her up till 11:55 at night. So we went and saw a 9:30 movie. And I said, well, the movie you want to see is playing at 9:30, The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, good, because somebody said they laughed the whole time. I don't think I laughed once. It was so predictable. It was so, and Terry's comment was, boy, Sandra Bullock makes herself look young by having all these younger guys around her, because she's like our age, and Channing Tatum is not our age. But it's just, so disappointing. I like Terry's line of the trailer had all the funny parts. You know, it was just predictable, silly, and but it's kind of silly. I wouldn't pay money to see it in the theater. Fortunately, we only paid about $13 because it was Tuesday night special. But
I
didn't
like how Ambulance ended either. Okay, I understand there are movies where the protagonist is actually doing it's a protagonist that should be the antagonist by the way he's acting. I guess I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. Well, anyway. But the way they ended the movie to make you feel good that the protagonist ended up in a good way, you know, in spite of all the illegal stuff he did, just annoyed me. It was just like, okay, how are we going to make this guy look good at the end? Or how are we going to, you know, make it so everybody's happy that he's not in jail, you know? So I didn't like it.
I put, and at one moment in The Lost City, I woke up. And I said,
you woke
up. and I looked up, and Harry Potter was talking to him in this cave because Daniel Radcliffe is in it. And he was talking to him, and I said, how did they get to that point? And Terry just kind of looked at me like, I don't know.
I have only fallen asleep during one movie. Do you remember what it was? Because I told you the story. No, I was on a date. I was in college on a double date where I was set up with this girl.
No, but I'm going to remember when you tell me.
Okay, so the date starts. We're driving it. We are in my buddy's little Nissan truck, and there's 4 of us, right? So he's driving, his girlfriend's sitting in the middle, I'm sitting on the right, and my date gets in and sits on my lap.
Nice. Okay.
I went to shut the door. The problem was she was still holding the top of the car to brace herself as she sat in, and the door latched.
Oh! Please tell me she had skinny, small fingers.
It started off terribly, the date did, and she had no interest in me after that. So we're sitting in the theater.
Good for her. Mm-hmm.
I'm exhausted because I've been at like a musical practice all day long, and I was exhausted. So we're sitting there. I wake up, and Glenn Close is jumping out of the tub, scaring her.
Oh, Fatal Attraction. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well,
again,
that's
I was 19 years old, so I would not watch that movie now.
well. After a day of working, Terry and I went on a double date with a coworker and his wife, and I fell asleep during A Few Good Men. I was just so tired, but I still love
you
that
woke
movie.
up, and you
Great
woke
movie.
up during. You can't handle the truth.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And yeah, it just was all over. But yeah.
Well, David, that was fun. Let's see if we can record on Monday night next week. This Thursday night recording is not good for me.
Or me.
So, well, all right, man. That's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
All right. See you later.
See ya.